look what we have here. Look what we have here. Shortly after I do a video saying, hey guys, World Finals is over. I think we should start thinking about, like, Comp to Us wasn't gonna monster balance before World Finals. They're gonna do it afterwards. Just several hours ago, I was like, keep your eyes peeled for a new balance patch, and people were like, oh, Jubail is clickbait. I thought Vanessa was getting a patch. I thought Vanessa was getting buff. When do I get to say told you so? When do I get to say told you so? Literally several hours later, it's announced. Wow. Okay. Alright, let's stop talking about how, okay. Let's stop talking about that. Let's start talking about the actual monster buffs. But guys, I like try to actually have like a reason why I say things. If I'm like, oh, I think this is gonna happen soon, it's not like I want it to happen soon. It's like, no, I actually think it's gonna happen soon. So we actually got, I mean, here's the thing. A lot of the things that a lot of the monsters that people were asking to get buffed did get buffed, and it has been so long that people have been asking for a Vanessa buff. Now we finally got a Vanessa buff. We got a Water Monkey King buff. We got a Water Beast Monk buff. We got Fire Hell Lady buff. We got a Dark Panda. Not that many people have Dark Panda, but a lot, like, buffs for all the monsters. People are saying, buff this monster. Comp to Us like, okay, we'll buff that monster. You gotta give them credit. They actually did listen, right? Maybe we like the buffs, maybe we don't like the buffs, but actually, you gotta give them credit. They did actually listen this time. So, credit, Comp to Us. I will give them all the credits. All the credits. They actually did listen. There's really, I don't think there's any nerfs here. But anyway, let's go look over the skills. We have Fire Valkyria Warrior's Return is now a passive. Before it was revives a dead ally with 30% HP, recovers 15% per turn for the next 2 turns. Now it's going to revive another ally with 30% HP when inflicted with fatal damage that can lead to death and increases the target's attack power for 1 turn. Okay, so what this means is I think it's still on a cooldown. I think it's still a 6-turn cooldown, but instead of like how Samoth revives himself, Parna revives himself at the time of death, this is going to make another, I'm pretty sure how they're planning to do this, because some people were like, well, does it revive, like guildmates were talking about it, and they're like, does it revive when Vanessa dies? Because it says when inflicted with fatal damage. Does it mean Vanessa's inflicted with fatal damage? I don't think so. I think this is when a monster is inflicted with fatal, like when another one of her allies is inflicted with fatal damage, it increases the attack power and revives them, right? So let's say you have Vanessa something, and then like triple nemesis. Let's just say there was like a triple nemesis Lucian. Let's just say for some reason there's a triple nemesis Lucian. Lucian dies, comes back with a, like, when Lucian dies, like, buffs the attack gauge, right? Comes back from the dead with attack power, gets the next turn with an attack power buff. Like, that could be pretty strong, right? That could be pretty strong. So, it's looking interesting. I think it's, I mean, it's a passive, but it's not like every time. It can't possibly be every time any of your allies die, they come back to life every single time, right? So it's gotta be, I mean, like, that'd be way too strong. So it's got to still be on a cooldown. I think it seems like it's still on the same Vanessa cooldown. Because, you know, you see passives like Perna's got a passive that's on a cooldown. Samoth has a passive that's on a cooldown, right? We see the passive cooldown 8 turns. Vanessa's current cooldown for her 3rd skill is reusable in 6 turns. But it looks like this is going to be really strong with a Nemesis damage dealer. So, Nemesis damage dealer could be really strong. Come back. Like Vampire Nemesis could potentially, the way this is looking, be a nice combo with that. But that is better. That is a buff. That is better than the current 3rd skill, in my opinion. So, and it'll be fun to like use that. Actually, it'll be fun to use that. Oh man. But I think the trick is to use that with Nemesis. Then we've got the Water Monkey King buff. Decreases cooldown by 1 turn if the attack lands as a critical hit more than 3 times. Is now removes the enemy's beneficial effects with a 50% chance if the attack lands a critical hit. And decreases the cooldown by 1 turn. So, in effect, this is kind of actually like Ethna now. So instead of, I don't know if it still is going to do the invincibility and immunity. It didn't say anything about the change to that. So it looks like this is gonna, and he still has, here's the thing, he still has, well, Ethna has really high base speed too. So both of them have really high base speed. But he's got good base speed, and he's going to remove beneficial effects with his multi-hit. So I think we can kind of think about like Water Monkey King being kind of similar to Ethna. I think that could see him being used a little bit more in what? In RTA. Maybe. I could see him being used a little bit more. Also, kind of a good counter to Rakan, don't you think? I think could be a good counter to Rakan. Multi-hit, or a good counter like if you have Wusa and Laika. Multi-hit that also will remove the shield and stuff like that too. So could be nice there. Okay. Could be nice there. And decreases cooldown as well. I kind of like that. Oh, Water Monkey King's coming out of storage. Coming out of storage, baby. Coming out of storage. Okay. Then we have Beast Monk, Water and Dark Defend. So just the second skill. The skill where we, of course, we defend one of our allies. And we take the damage instead of them. Or the Beast Monk takes the damage instead of them. Counterattacks the enemy target that attacked the escorted ally with a 100% chance when the escorted ally is inflicted with damage. So, is this also... Do you also get another turn after that as well? I mean, they keep buffing this damn Beast Monk. So, this could be... I mean, this could be really good when, like, maybe in Guild Wars. I think this could be nice in Guild Siege now. I think you could use Chandra some more. I don't think Chandra was ever, like, terrible for some things. I think Chandra could be a good cleave monster. Anyway, but I didn't skill... I really haven't done too much videos on Chandra because I didn't skill him up, so... Interesting, another counterattack. Okay, another counterattack. They just keep buffing Chandra. They're like, is this good enough? No? Another one? Okay. Fire Hell Lady, Soul Crusher, which kills and can't revive, right? Enemy can't revive. Becomes immune to death for 1 turn when you defeat the enemy. Is that guy? I thought it was already... I thought... You see, when the Fire Hell Lady first came out, everyone was like... Or when the Hell Ladies first came out, everyone's like, oh, I really want the Fire one. Like, out of the normal element ones. I mean, of course, Beth got buffed after that. Ethna got buffed after that as well. But, people, like, at the beginning, it was a very revive-heavy meta. It was like a lot of Eladriels, it was a lot of Pernas. It was a long time ago. The meta was different. But there was a lot of revive monsters. I still think... I mean, I still would take a Fire Hell Lady in Guild Wars. Would love to have her for Guild Wars. But I can understand if people are like, that's the only Nat 5 I have. I wish it was better. Like, I understand that. Like, okay. I feel you on that. Like, you want it to be Zyros, right? But I would take one. I would actually use her in Guild Wars. Because there's like a lot of, you know, Perna, Eladriel kind of teams. So, could be good. Anyway, we have the Panda Warrior, Dark Panda Warrior, Almighty Strength. Buff that Dark Panda Warrior. Add effective damage of the sequential attack. Increases by 50% if the skill is on cooldown. Sequential attack? Hold on, that's the first skill. That is the first skill. Yeah, increased damage on the first skill. Okay. Interesting. Extra damage. Extra damage. But does that mean we rune any different, though? If the skill is on cooldown. If the third skill is on cooldown. I think we want to just nuke anyway with that. So I don't see that being, like... I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. You guys let me know if you have the Dark Panda. If you have the one person that has the Dark Panda, 2 people that have the Dark Panda Warrior. Let me know how you feel about that in chat though, in the comments. Then we have the Brownie Magician. Okay, take a look at this. Dark Brownie Magician kind of gone wrong. It used to removes the harmful effect on the enemies, right? So if you have like defense breaks or if you have like dots on them, it removes those and it puts them to sleep for the number of turns equal to the number of effects removed. So that was what it was. So if you could exchange whatever other harmful effects, not beneficial effects, whatever harmful effects are on them, with sleep instead. Now we have removes harmful effects and beneficial effects with a 50% chance. Each enemy is put to sleep for the number of turns equal to the number of effects removed. Removes beneficial effects and sleep. I'm sorry, what? Removes beneficial effects And you guys are complaining about Mo Long. You guys complain about Mo Long. Removes beneficial effects and sleep. Okay, so easier version of Gianna to get, right? Basically. I mean, it's a sleep, it's not a stun, right? But 50% chance, removal of beneficial effects, and putting them to sleep. Go up against Wusa. Use the Dark Brownie. I mean, like, is that not... like, that seems... Am I crazy? I think that's really strong. Like, is this new OP, like, Dark Brownie... like... Seriously, though, like, is this the new, like, dude, that seems really strong. That seems really strong. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me, because you know they're going to keep procking, strip, sleep, proc, like, first skill, proc, like, just imagine, like, you see, like, Violent Orions. If you've ever seen a Violent Orion, you had to go to therapy after that. But imagine a Violent Dark Brownie. This is... potentially nuts. Potentially just like one of the more, like one of the better Nat 4s for RTA. It seems. I guess we'll see in action. But 50% chance. I mean, you guys already complained about Mo Long being so powerful. Imagine Mo Long that, you know, has a violent counter, like can keep resetting with the first skill. Like violent and then run, get another turn, violent into a run proc, into a violent proc, into a run proc. You've seen it happen. You've seen it happen. Okay. I mean, it gets crazy. So that seems really strong. Okay. Anyway, nice buff for him. Damn. Then we have the Harp Magician, Fire, Wind, Dark, Healing Music. Healing Music is the second skill. Removes all harmful effects on ally target. Recovers HP after removing harmful effects. Okay. That's immunity, though. That's immunity. Alright, let's see. Was it just one ally target, or is it all the allies? That's what I want to know. Where is she? Healing Music. Because it recovers HP of all allies by 20% each, grants immunity. Now it is going to... like, I would like to see a little bit more about, like, the wording for that. So, potentially, that is... remove harmful effects, recover HP, and immunity. It's one turn, but still, it's pretty strong. Nice. So I guess we buffed Scat Fetus, Dark, Harp Magician, great. Wind, Harp Magician, Salvation Song passive decreases cooldown by 2 turns. I completely agree with this. I think her passive was a little bit too low cooldown. So that's good. Fire Horse, Strategic Prevention, effect modification. It's the third skill. Absorbs 30% of the attack bar, resets the attack bar. What is the damage multiplier on that? Because that's just... I mean, I don't think that makes him, like, a monster that we love to build, but... because it's just single target, resets attack gauge, and stuns. I mean, like, it's not terrible. It is a Nat 4, right? It's a Nat 4. So, I think that could be... I don't know. I mean, does that mean I want to build him? Probably not. But if I already built him, I'd be happy about it. Then we have... what else do we have? Fire and Light Lich. Sinkhole. Light Lich got 2 buffs. Okay. Fire and Light Lich, Sinkhole, enemy's attack bar absorption rate 15% is now 25%. Nice. Fua's gonna be happy. Actually, I have one too. I did videos. Actually, I used it against him also. That was fun. I did that on video. And so the light one and the fire one, great. Those are the ones that are used a little bit less than the other ones. The other ones got the defense breaks. And then we have the Light Lich Endless Attachment passive. Drains life from the enemy whenever the enemy's turn ends. Okay, drains life from the enemy whenever the enemy's turn ends while the invincible effect is activated. Stolen HP is equivalent to 10% of your max HP. So, 10% of your max HP. Does that mean we build him as a tank? To have a lot of max HP so we drain life from the enemy? Whenever the enemy's turn ends. And make him slow? So that he... I wonder. That's interesting. I mean, I just got one not too long ago. I really haven't used him yet even. And now he's already got a buff. So that's not, I mean, like, it's something good to play with. We'll play with it, we'll see more. Undine Water. Revive added effect grants immunity on the revived ally for 1 turn. That's nice, okay. It's a free to play, it's a free fusible reviver, not bad. Dice Magician Wind, okay, this one. To live or to die. Revives 1 ally is now revives all allies with a passive. He can potentially, hold on. He can potentially AoE revive your entire team for every single turn. I want to see some damn replays of this nonsense. I want to see. Oh my god. Potentially absolutely insane. Like, you know, there's not a lot of mouses that will AoE revive, right? The light pioneer, great AoE revive. Potentially AoE revive every turn. How do you every turn AoE revive? Like, I mean, it's RNG, but it's okay. I mean, no cooldown AoE revive. I guess we're doing this. I mean, it's all RNG though. It's all RNG. So, I mean, it could just be like whatever, not really. I mean, it could just sound really crazy and not really be used too much, but that's still crazy. All right, now we have the. I think that's crazy. What do you guys think? The Light Harg buddy passive. Before at the start of the fight, the attack speed with the ally with the lowest attack speed will increase according to your level. So this could be nice to have a damage dealing Theomars, like attack or damage attack, and then have the Theomars have the lowest attack speed of whatever of like your Guild War team. Even like as long as the other two, like he could still be fast, but as long as the other two are faster, then it'll just bump up his speed even more. And there you go. What else? Increased allies attack speed will not exceed your attack speed, and the skill cannot be applied to allies with the same skill. Now it becomes best friends with the ally with the lowest HP when the battle begins. Grants one of these attack, recovery, endure effects according to the friend's HP status for 1 turn. So is that every turn though? I guess it's every. Ooh, that could be. Every turn he's gonna grant attack power buff, regen, or endure. Every turn. I mean, if that's every turn. If it's just at the beginning of the battle, it's nothing, right? But if it's every turn, like that could be every turn, like endure, recovery buff, attack buff. Like just imagine him with like high speed on violent. Ooh, oh, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. Okay, there we go. Anyway, but I think it's every turn, which is fun. Light Bearman got a new buff. Okay, recovery amount. Wasn't this nerfed at the beginning, like in the beginning of the game? They really want to make some of these like the Light Bearman and the Light Vagabond. They're like, let's make them great again. Let's bring this back to 2014. Bring it back to 2014. Let's make the Light Bearman great again. Let's make Darian great again. Recovery amount. Every time Amon crits, he's going to heal, instead of 12%, for 20% of his max HP. Not bad. Not bad. Do we start seeing Amon now? Where do we start seeing? I mean, like, that's crazy. We're going to start seeing Amon again. I mean, it's good for... It's really good for new players if they're like, oh, you know, I still want to get... someone said to get that light Bearman dungeon. Oh my god. Okay. So, I mean, congrats to Amon for getting a buff. 2017. Amon is great again. Neostone Fighter, Light Neostone Fighter. Okay. You don't see too much talk about him. Like a lot of these Light Dark Nat 4s that you don't see too much talking about. Light Harg, Light Neostone Fighter, Light Lich, who else? Dark Brownie Magician. They got the buffs. So that's kind of nice that they're buffing Light Dark Nat 4s. I know some people are like, well, I don't have those. Well, I mean, like, at least it's better than, like, buffing something that is more attainable is kind of nice. Especially Light Bearman, everyone can get that one. Okay, so Neostone Fighter Light Born to Fight passive is now out of effect, inflicts damage, additional damage proportion to the shield amount granted on yourself to the enemy. He gives himself a shield. So he's going to do additional damage proportion to the shield to the enemy. Okay. How much? How much additional damage? Because that could be really nice damage. I guess we'll have to see. We'll have to take that in and play with it. That's what she said. Minotauros, Fire and Light Minotauros, second skill chop, right? I think that's the second skill. Minotauros buff, okay. 3-star buff. No one cares about the Minotauroses. I like the fire one, but whatever. Because he strips and stuns on the 3rd skill. It's a single target, but it's not that bad. I think, anyway. Before attacks with an axe and decreases the target's attack bar by 50%, is now, and it increases his attack bar, is now decreases attack bar to 0, and your attack bar will be increased proportion to the reduced attack bar if you land a critical hit. I mean, this could be good for TOA bosses as well now. I mean, it could have been before, because he keeps, if you ruin him for speed, he can keep reducing the attack gauge and provoking and things like that as well. But I mean, a lot of attack gauge decrease and attack gauge increase for himself. Not bad. Not bad. I'll take it. I think, honestly, I think the fire one is not as bad as people think. I've used him in some fun battles, and we did actually pretty decent with him. The only thing is he's a nat 3. He's got nat 3 stats. And you need a high crit rate on him, too. So you need a high crit rate, high accuracy, high speed. He's very stat dependent, and he's a nat 3, too, so. Then we have Water Minotaur Stab, recovers your HP by 35% when the enemy target you attacked is defeated. Is now recovers your HP by 35% after attacking the enemy target. Ooh. So, Water Stab, let's go take a look at that. Let's go take a look at that. You're like, let's not. We don't care about that one. We don't care about that one. Stab is 3rd skill. Okay, so it's just recovers HP with the 3rd skill. Got it. Got it. I mean, it's a buff, but it doesn't make me really want to build him. Wind Minotaurus, Lord of Labyrinthios, gains a shield on yourself for 1 turn by the exceeded recovery amount after receiving HP. So let's take a look at that one too. Let's take a look. Do we want to build him now? Maybe, maybe not. Lord of Labyrinthos passive. Your attack power is increased by 50% and you're healed by 30% of the damage you deal. Okay. I mean, he could be a decent farmer, but do we really want to? What is his stats when he's 6-starred? And he gets a shield now too. Okay. I mean, do I want to build him? Maybe not, but anyway, let's recap. Vanessa finally gets a buff. Yes. And you know what happens? Okay. If we're not happy with this, could be good and bad. Like, we've seen when they buff something, if they feel like it's not enough of a buff, they'll do another little buff later. So, if we feel like, I mean, it could be good. It could be good. We'll play with it. Could be good. If the community decides, if the community is like, oh, we're not still using this, then they might buff it again in the future. But it's really it's a fun thing to maybe play around with and see what we can make work in a combination with it. The Water Monkey King alter ego attack is nice if you're like, oh, I wouldn't mind an Ethna, and you have a Water Monkey King. Now you have a Water Monkey. You have a Water Monkey Ethna. Damn you, Water Monkey Ethna. Damn you. The Brownie Magician. The Brownie Magician is going to be fun to play with. The Light Lich. I don't know if he's like. We'll see. We'll play with him. I have the Dark Brownie Magician. I have the Light Lich. I have the Light Harg. So we'll play with those. I already have them all 6-starred and everything. Awakened 6-starred. So we'll play with those. The Light Harg, I think. The Light Harg, I think, just gives, like, passively gives your team beneficial effects at the start of his turn. Like random beneficial effects at the start. Like that could be really cool. So, well, not the team. Whoever has the lowest HP gets regen, endure, and attack buff. So, interesting. Unless it is at the start of, I don't know if it's the start of every turn or if it's just once. I don't know. Maybe I'm like seeing this wrong. Anyway, either way, I think we could find we can find a use for that. I think there is actually a use for that. It seems like one of those things where it's like, ooh, I'm keeping my eye on you, Lightheart. I'm keeping my eye on you. So, anyway, Dark Brownie Magician meta. Alright guys, what do you think about this patch? I told you it was coming. I told you. I said, I feel like a patch is coming. They waited until after World Finals. I really feel like it was coming, and it's here. I mean, it's not here, but they announced it like 4 hours after I did the video. So, I told you that. Anyway, alright guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Nothing got nerfed, which is fun. No one has to be mad about like something got a nerf. You just got buffs. Everyone is happy, right? Is everyone happy yet? No, it's the internet. No one's happy. Okay, that's how it works. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about the monster bouncing in the comments below, and I will see you as always in the next Maserati. No, that's not how it's... whatever.